The sound of a single, elegant car door closing, echoing in a quiet, secluded area, followed by the slow, deliberate crunch of footsteps on gravel. He arrived without a crown, without an entourage, just one man, standing on the doorstep of another, in the most fraught royal meeting of the modern era. This wasn't a state visit. This was a house call, a private, unannounced, and deeply personal confrontation between a king and his exiled brother. Just weeks after King Charles III stripped Prince Andrew of his last remaining royal titles and military affiliations, he did the one thing no one in the palace expected. He went to him. He walked right up to the gates of Andrew's new home, or what many are now calling his gilded prison. And what happened inside that meeting is sending shockwaves through the very foundation of the monarchy. To understand the sheer explosive power of this meeting, you have to remember the road that led here. Prince Andrew, the Queen's favorite son, was once a globe-trotting royal, a naval hero, and a fixture of the establishment. But now, he is the family's pariah, a toxic asset, a living, breathing reminder of the monarchy's darkest scandals. King Charles, from the moment he ascended the throne, made his mission clear: a slimmed-down, scandal-free monarchy. And that meant Andrew had to go. The Duke of York was stripped of his Royal Highness style, his military titles, and his royal patronages. He was banished from public life, forced to retreat behind the walls of Royal Lodge, a man without a role, living in a palace he can likely no longer afford. The brothers were living in two different worlds. One, the anointed king. The other, the disgraced duke. The chasm between them seemed unbridgeable, until Charles decided to cross it. So why? Why would the king, after so publicly casting his brother out, choose to personally visit him now? Palace insiders suggest this was not an act of brotherly compassion. This was a cold, hard, strategic calculation. Reason 1. The Royal Lodge standoff. Andrew is digging in his heels at the 30-room Royal Lodge, a home that requires millions in upkeep. King Charles is determined to downsize him, to cut the royal purse strings and force him into a more private, less ostentatious residence. This visit was likely a direct, face-to-face negotiation over Andrew's future and the future of that valuable property. Reason 2. The court of public opinion. The king is acutely aware that appearing too cruel, too heartless towards his own brother could backfire spectacularly. A private visit allows a narrative of the concerned brother to leak, softening the king's image and showing that while duty comes first, family is not entirely forgotten. It's a PR move designed to humanize a monarch often seen as distant. Reason 3. A final ultimatum. Sources suggest Charles went to deliver a message that couldn't be sent through lawyers or private secretaries. This was the king looking the duke in the eye and laying out the new, permanent reality. There is no way back. There will be no rehabilitation. This was Charles drawing a final, uncrossable line in the sand. But beneath the strategy, there had to be a flicker of something else. Of shared history. Of the two little boys in that photograph. And that is where this story becomes a Shakespearean drama. The clink of a teacup on a saucer. The sound unbearably loud in a tense silence. Imagine the scene inside that room. The atmosphere, we are told, was frosty. Not hostile, but thick with unspoken grievances and a lifetime of sibling rivalry that has now escalated into a constitutional crisis. On one side, Andrew, the spurned brother, living in a state of resentful isolation. He reportedly feels betrayed by the institution he served and abandoned by his family. His identity, his entire sense of self, has been dismantled. He is a man with nothing left to lose. On the other, Charles, the king, burdened by the weight of the crown he waited a lifetime for. He cannot be the indulgent older brother anymore. He is the guardian of the monarchy, and in his eyes, Andrew is a direct threat to its survival. Every word he speaks is measured, not as a brother, but as a sovereign. The conversation, according to insiders, was brutally pragmatic. It revolved around money, property, and the terms of Andrew's exile. Charles would have pressed for Andrew to leave Royal Lodge voluntarily. Andrew, in return, may have pushed for financial guarantees, a way to maintain his lifestyle without the royal funding that is now being cut off. This is the tragedy at the core of their meeting. This was not a reconciliation. It was a negotiation for the terms of a lifetime sentence. The king offered not forgiveness, but a deal. The brother pleaded not for love, but for a lifeline. the sound of a family tree diagram cracking down the middle. The repercussions of this secret meeting are already rippling through the House of Windsor. First, the Prince of Wales. William is known to be even more hardline on the Andrew issue than his father. He believes Andrew represents everything that is wrong with the old guard and must be completely excised from royal life. He may see his father's visit as a dangerous show of weakness, a capitulation to sentiment that could come back to haunt them. This could create a significant rift between the king and his heir. Second, Andrew's daughters. For Beatrice and Eugenie, this visit is a complex signal. It offers a glimmer of hope that their father hasn't been entirely abandoned, but it also solidifies his status as a problem to be managed. They are trapped in the middle, their loyalty to their father clashing with their desire to remain in the good graces of the king and the future of the monarchy they are a part of. And finally, the public. When this visit inevitably becomes public knowledge, as it already is now, the reaction will be fiercely divided. Some will see a compassionate brother doing his difficult duty. Others will see a king consorting with a disgraced prince, undermining the very principles of accountability he supposedly stands for. It is a public relations tightrope with no safe way down. One has to wonder what the late queen would have thought, seeing her two sons locked in such a painful public downfall. The mother who tried to protect Andrew now gone, leaving the king to clean up a mess that was, in many ways, her making. In the end, the king's car drove away. The meeting was over. No joint statement was issued. No photographs were released. Just two elderly brothers, their bond fractured perhaps beyond repair by the unbearable weight of the crown. King Charles came not with an olive branch, but with a decree. He did not visit to offer Andrew a way back in, but to confirm that there is no way back. The door to royal life has been slammed shut, locked, and the key thrown away. The king had to look his brother in the eye and make him understand that the boy he grew up with is gone, replaced by the institution he is now sworn to protect at all costs. What do you think? Was King Charles's visit a wise act of statesmanship or a catastrophic misstep? Should he have cut ties completely, or was showing a personal touch the right move? Let us know your verdict in the comments below. If this inside look at the royal family's greatest rift has captivated you, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for all our upcoming exclusives.